everyone. We are live from Nassau Harbor in the Bahamas. We are watching the ships roll out the cruise ship. The present cruise ship is going out now. It's the Kingdom of the Seas. It is very windy. It's very windy. In Nassau Harbor as the waves splash against the shore. As the Freedom of the Seas is leaving Nassau Harbor, is a Royal Caribbean ship. It's a Royal Caribbean ship. You are watching, sitting on the dock of the bay and watching the ships roll out on this afternoon in the Bahamas, and this very sunny afternoon and breezy afternoon, as we watch the ship depart Nassau Harbor. We had a Royal Caribbean ship as she passes out the harbor. We'd like you to watch and share this broadcast. This is the first of many broadcasts we will do streaming from Nassau Harbor as the ship leaves the harbor. If you can see the distance, Carnival Conquest has just left. This is the second ship that is leaving the harbor. Today, the Nassau cruise port has 3 ships in. This is the second one that's departing the Nassau harbor. I wonder if many of you all know what is the original name of the dock. The original name of the dock that the cruise ships berthed. Could you answer in the cast in the comments? The first person that does that, who knows? And also, do you know the area in which I'm shooting from? What is the original name of the area that I'm shooting from? That I'm sitting on the dock of the bay at this time? Are we saying goodbye to these wonderful tourists that visit Nassau today? Yeah, this is the first of many programs. Oh, we got a surprise. Both ships are moving the same time. That means that the 2 pilots are on those ships. These ships are piloted by Bahamians, and this is the first time I ever seen 2 ships moving the same time in the basin. The basin. This ship, the other ship here, the Symphony of the Seas, she would have to turn around in the basin before she heads out. There's another ship from the Royal Caribbean. She would have to turn around in the basement. And if you remember in the old days, we used to use tugs to turn around the ships. But now these new boats, these new ships have their own side thrusters. They have thrusters on the side of them that pushes the water to the side, enable them to navigate and move around in the basement by themselves. They are piloted by Bahamian pilots who knows the basin and knows the current and have great knowledge of how to turn around a ship in the basement. And this basement was recently dug out to accommodate this large ships. These large ships. I wonder if a person watching have ever seen in my young days, the biggest ship I used to see is the Oceanic. And she was the biggest ship during the time my late daddy, Captain Alexander Gomez. He used to pilot a captain of a glass bottom boat, the Eve Zoom, which I sometimes pilot on my break from school, my summer break from school. And we used to pilot by these boats as they are moving into the basement. And try our best to navigate around them. Now she's going to take about at least 15 minutes to turn around. and all boats in the harbor have to go to the Paradise Island side of the ship, to the port side, to navigate around the ship. She turned around in the basin. Again, I'm live from Nassau Harbor in the Bahamas on the island of New Providence. This is my inauguration broadcast of the ships in the harbor. As the sanctity of the sea turns around to head out of the harbor. She is using the side thrusters. Now she is using the port thrusters to turn on the rear to turn around. She's taking account. She's being piloted by a Bahamian pilot. Once she is out of the harbor, she's picked up by the pilot boat. Presently, the pilot boat now is now with the freedom of the sea. The freedom of the sea is let me show you that. She's standing. It seems like she's stopped. She is not moving. Let's take a look at that quickly. She is almost stopped. She is not moving. Usually the ships are, once they're out of the harbor, they get on full thrusters and they are full speed ahead. But she is stopped on outside the bar. I don't know if she's waiting for the sanctity of the sea to come, or maybe a passenger did not make the boarding time. But she's holding still. Let us get back to the sanctity of the sea. See if she's finishing her turn in the basin. There she is. She's making that turn. She's making that turn in the basin. There's another a ship passing by here on Paradise Island side. Now she's moving very quickly to make that turn. The current is pushing her around more faster. I should use using our front thrusters to turn her around on our starboard side. She's making that turn. Now she's moving. Now she's also deploying her port thrusters, her rear port thrusters, and her port side. At the stern of the ship, she's moving around. The sanctity of the sea is making a turn in the basement. This is a Royal Caribbean International. I should make this turn around. But it seems like the freedom of the sea is still not moving. She's not moving out as fast as she should. She's still waiting. She is still waiting out there, outside of the, out of the harbor, beyond the bar. She's getting very close to this, to the restaurant. That is a wonderful view from the restaurant, seeing that ship, this big shine of the ship making the turnaround. You may notice those small little yellow small boats on the side. They are lifeboats. They're deployed during emergencies. She has the same number of lifeboats on the other side. I don't have no information on where the Sittin of the Sea is heading to at this time. Maybe somebody all in the listen to the broadcast will comment in the comment and tell me where is this ship heading to. Welcome. You're watching a live stream of the City of the Sea turning around in the basement in Nassau Harbor. She came in this morning and spent a day with us in Nassau. Now she is heading out. Heading out of Nassau Harbor. The Freedom of the Seas is still on the bow, still not moving as quickly as she should to her next destination. The City of the Sea has completed its turn. She has started her engines and she's moving forward. As we move out of the harbor, she's moving out of the harbor. She's moving out of the harbor. The Freedom of the Sea is heading very slowly out. She has continued to move out as the pilot boat has collected the pilot off the boat. And pilot boat is waiting out there to collect the next pilot off the Sittin of the sea. Is leaving at this moment. Heading out as the sun sets on the Nassau harbor. If you could see that the Freedom of the Sea is ahead of her, as she makes that journey out of Nassau harbor. Passing right now is the Bahamas Defense Force boat that's coming into the frame. She's ensuring that no other boats are coming next to her. Of course, in any problem, to keep safe the departure of the Sittin of the sea. The Freedom of the Sea is ahead of her. As she heads out. Hope to see the pilot boat move beside her, and to collect the pilot off the boat. She sails out the harbor. The boat on the left side is the Freedom of the Sea, and the Sittin of the Sea boat, Royal Caribbean boats, ships. I shouldn't call them boats, they're ships. They are cruise ships. It seems like the Sittin of the Sea has taken an easterly, going northeast, while the Freedom of the Sea is heading almost northwest. I think that the Freedom of the Sea is heading to Miami, and the Sittin of the Sea is heading down south. I think Nassau was our first port of call, while the Freedom of the Sea, it was her, not her last port of call. She'll be heading to, the Freedom of the Sea will be heading to Coco Island for a beach day, and then be heading on to Miami. The engine of the Symphony of the Sea is now belching out a lot of smoke. She's increasing speed, but she's still waiting for the pilot boat to pick up the pilot. We are unable to see the pilot boat. He's on the port side, the left side. Coming from the port side, there's a freighter that's coming from the port side. The freighter boat is waiting until simply the sea has cleared the entrance of the harbor. Again, this is a live stream of Nassau Harbor, watching the ships roll out, departing from Nassau. We sort of wish that they would stay overnight for the tourists to enjoy the local cuisine and nightlife. But these ships today are complete cities on water. You don't need to come off them. They're a complete city with shopping, restaurants, activities. Now we see this red freighter coming into the harbor. I cannot see the name of the boat from this distance. There's several, another jet ski that's cutting in front of the freighter. That's one thing you don't do. You don't cut in front of the boat, because you may lose power and that boat will run into you. That's one of the knowledge passed on to from my daddy, Captain Gomez. I would like to thank you for watching this broadcast, this stream today, this afternoon, as the sun set on the Esplanade. As I pan back to the cruise port, and you can see the wonderful beach on the Esplanade. Tourists are still on the beach. I'd like to say good night and join me for another live stream, live from the Nassau Harbor in New Providence. In the background you see the Atlantis, and you see they're still constructing the new cruise port.